Welcome to Science Lesson. I'm Teacher Faith. Our topic today is health education, and our subtopic is handling chemicals used at home. So children, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to name examples of chemicals used at home. So before we start, kindly get your book and pen. Now children, in our previous lesson, we looked at proper disposal of medicine containers. Now we want to look at examples of chemicals used at home. So some of the chemicals used at home, number one, we have what we call farm chemicals. And we also have examples of farm chemicals. The first example of farm chemicals is what we call insecticides. So when we talk about insecticides, these are the chemicals that are used to kill insects like mosquitoes, cockroaches, and so on. Another example of farm chemicals is what we call pesticides. So pesticides are used to kill pests like rats, mice, and so on. Another example of farm chemicals is what we call herbicides. So herbicides are used to kill weeds. Now my question is, what are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants or plants which grow where they are not wanted. Another example of farm chemicals is acaricides. So what are acaricides? The acaricides are chemicals that are used to kill ticks. And the last example of farm chemicals here is what we call fungicides. So what are fungicides? These are the chemicals that are used to control fungal diseases. Do you know examples of fungal diseases? Yes. Now another example of chemicals used at home, apart from farm chemicals, we also have what we call fertilizers. So fertilizers are used to improve soil fertility. Another example of chemicals used at home, we have fuels. And examples of fuels, we have things like kerosene, petrol, diesel, and so on. Another example of chemicals used at home are what we call washing detergents. And examples of washing detergents, we have things like soaps, washing powders, cleaning agents, and so on. Then we also have another example of farm chemicals used at home, what we call paints and turpentine. And another example of chemical used at home, we have antiseptics. And what is the work of antiseptics? Antiseptics are used to clean wounds. And the last example of chemicals used at home, here is what we call beauty cream. So children, up to that point, we've looked at examples of chemicals used at home. Now before we end this lesson, I want you to do this work. Number one, I want you to name 4 examples of chemicals used at home. Then lastly, I want you to name 5 examples of farm chemicals. So up to that point, we come to the end of our lesson. And in our next lesson, we shall look at safety measures to observe when handling chemicals. So thank you for your attention and goodbye for now.
Subscribe for more videos. Like this video if you learned something. Please don't forget to share.